Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the information box below or hopped onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com and followed the calculations there to get to your power year number, and you have determined you are a power year number 8, you're at the right place. This is a reading for May 2020 for power year number 8 who are in the month of 4. Hey, it's just a reminder, you only have to calculate your power year number once per year. Your monthly numbers change, and that's where I come in. Okay, eights? Now listen, we're going to start with, like we usually do, business, and then we're going to go to love, and then we're going to go to any question you have at all. We're going to see what's the best possible outcome you can expect from it. Okay, eights, let's take our first deck of cards, and now I just want to review with you about what 8 means and what 4 means, and this is a very intense time for you, eights, this month of May. Now, the year of 8, it has a lot, it's a very karmic year. It's your most karmic year. And what that means is that challenges can arise that you didn't have such good results with in the past this year, or rewards for things can result this year. That you did do something very, very nicely, or with integrity, or with honesty. Now, karma does last lifetime to lifetime, so it gets a little tricky over, why is this happening to me? I've never done blah, blah, blah. Well, you've got the combination of karmic debt from lifetimes, and you've also got what are your lessons supposed to be. And if your lessons have anything to do with being a victim, boy, are they going to show up in a power year of 8, because the power year of 8, anything to do with an 8, wants to teach you to rise from the ethers and the ashes and not be a victim anymore, and understand how powerful you are in your own life. The month of 4 is a super practical, really practical month where you just want to get things done. 8 is not supposedly the sexiest or most romantic year number, but 4 can be a lot to do with relationships. So we are just going to take a look, 8s. Let's start with, like we always do, we're going to start with business, then we're going to go to love, and then we're going to go to any question that you have. A card did fall out while I was shuffling. We're going to be using tarot cards, 3 different decks. We're going to be using numerology, influencing the meanings of the cards, because you're an 8 and a 4. And we're going to be using my clairvoyance for general impressions for all of you in your month of 4. So let's pull out a reading for 8s who are working, 8s who have a job. Okay. 8s who have a job. 8s who have a job. Okay, and I want to get this card, 8s, that fell on the ground. Okay, I want to see what's going on. 8s, I feel like this is a new one on me. Let's see if for one of you or more of you, I hope this. I feel like you're mixed up about a decision in the workplace, and I feel like you're getting different sides to a story, and you may be favoring somebody because you feel sorry for them, something along those lines. And I think that if you don't get all the information necessary, you could be headed for a loss of money. So I'm finding you, 8s, a smart person, a level-headed person in this area, and a person normally that doesn't get sucked in quite like this. And yet here you are. And let me just give you an example. Your daughter or your friend asked you to hire their friend, or you hired your friend, or you're friendly with somebody you work with, and it's in between them and somebody else for a promotion. And it's up to you to choose it. Really feeling you leaning towards your emotions here. And you could be victiming it, you could be victiming like, why does it have to work out like this? Why does it have to work out that I have to choose one or the other? And I feel this way about this person, and I feel so bad if I cut them off, and I know that, they're the single parent providing for their home. All I can tell you is to get the emotion out of the question and bring your integrity in and say what is best for the company, or what is best for the job, this particular job, and move forward with that. Otherwise, you could face a loss where, again, you throw your hands up and you say, I try to do everything right. I tried, but I just got kicked in the butt. Yes. That is an opportunity for you, eights, this month of May, where there's going to be a situation like that somewhere. And I'm going to throw this out there to you, eights. Anything that I say in a reading for a number 8 applies to you. So if you're saying to yourself, well, gee, that doesn't really sound like work, but it does sound like my personal life, there you are. Take it and run. It's for you. Anything that is said is for you. But I like to narrow it down to make it more specific and more interesting. But there are certain occasions where that happens, that crossover. The message is meant to get to you. Now, the card that fell down on the ground is a card where you might have people taking advantage of you, and that have to be taught that you only have so much power and you can only do so much for them. And this is a year for you, but this is your monthly reading. This is where it is, so it's showing up in May. So it's something that you have to address now, that you are not God, you only have influence over this, and this, and you can only do so much for someone. That is the card that fell down onto the ground, and it's very applicable to your reading, eights. That this is what you can explain to someone if you have to let them down and they're depending on you for some reason, but this other person might just be a better fit or a better choice for something. And there you have it. Let's take a look, eights, for those of you looking for work, or maybe even just looking for a job change. And let's see what transpires. I'm just wondering something, eights, and I don't mean to confuse you or me. I'm just wondering if this could be happening to you at the workplace too. Is that, maybe you're that poor slob who is actually better for a particular job or opportunity, and yet there's someone who's going to drive the team into the ground because they have feelings or an allegiance and they choose someone over you. And it's not going to go well. And I feel like you hang in there if that's your story, but I feel like you don't go above and beyond because you feel burned also at the same time, and that's okay for this particular month. All right, that's a strange one, but moving on, let's take a look at sevens who are looking for a job. Okay. this is not sevens. I'm sorry. You're an 8. Your power year number 8. I'm just looking at a card of 7. Eights. If you are looking for a job, and I like how this looks, because I feel like what's going to happen in this practical month of May, you're in this month of 4, is that you're going to say, bag it. I've been waiting and I've been waiting and I've been waiting for somebody to get back to me on something. Bag it. I'm not waiting any farther, any longer. I'm gonna go and talk to somebody in a superior position myself. I'm gonna put it out there myself what I want. I'm waiting for my boss to go to HR to put in for a promotion for me or something like that. And now I'm gonna have to just go over their heads for something. And it also might be I'm sorry. I know that you're looking. I know you're looking for a job. So that could be for if you're already working, and you're looking for a job change. But also if your job is going to be concluding, we're in serious times right now, and there's going to be a lot of financial setbacks with various businesses because of this coronavirus. You may say, I got to save myself. I've got to save myself. So either I've got to be assured by the company that they're going to keep me, or they're going to bring me back, or I have to go ahead and talk to other people. The feeling of the cards that I have for you each is that you have an ace up your sleeve. If you're thinking you're going to be let go, if you're looking elsewhere possibly for some reason because you think you're not going to get your payback that you used to get. I feel like you have an ace up your sleeve, and I feel like this is the month to use that ace to go ahead and do it. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about and you're saying, look, I'm just sitting home, I haven't had a job in months and I'm just putting things out there, there is justice coming your way and fairness coming your way, that there'll be something that someone suggests to you or comes to you in a dream, but I feel like you're just going to take off and you're just going to grab it. You might grab the very first thing that comes up and say, the heck with it. And I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. And that leads you to something else, and it can be say you get a starting position at Target and you're way overqualified when things reopen, but you're immediately moved into a management kind of thing. So it leads to one thing, leads to another thing, leads to another thing. You're in a successful, potentially extremely successful year, a wonderful and successful month. Okay, H, let's move on to romance. Like I say, the number 8 is not the sexiest number. Of course, yes, it's true. It can mean infinity, that endless love. Yeah. But, yeah, not really. I don't see it like that, because I have numbers that are very hot. And then I have other numbers who are very more financially successful or more practical or starting over. The numbers do mean certain things. So, but 4 can be about relationships. So let's see what's cooking, 8s. If you are in a relationship, let's see what we've got. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Something's going to pay off for you, boy. Something very, very nice in this month of May. I feel like you've paid your dues kind of thing, or you've been very patient, or you've been trying to be as kind about something as you can in a relationship. And tried to keep your chin up, and you have kept your chin up, and I feel like someone's coming through for you. Now, this could be your loved one. It could be them who lands this magnificent job after all, or really gets what they promised you they were going to get, or promised to come through with that commitment to you that they said they were going to. It could be someone in your life. It could be a past connection or a favor coming through to you, or money that is owed to you so that you can finally move on and get what you wanted. An inheritance coming to you so you can finally move on to get what you wanted. And then you end up with the having it all card. And that's the family, the money, the whole thing. Justice is served, justice comes your way in one way, shape, form, or another. And I feel like you did it all with grace and dignity and without pushing and bullying anybody around. Now, this is the year and this is the month for something like this to happen for you. So very, very nice. I'm leaving it at that, eights. I want to take a look now at our eights who are looking for love. And this is a potential month for that, this month of 4. It's also the potential to break up or have problems. But we're looking for love. We're a 4 and we're looking for love. Aw, my 4s are feeling abandoned. Ding dang, my 4s are feeling abandoned. And 4s, I want to pull a few more cards here for you because I don't usually do this, but if I'm clairvoyantly shown that that's what we need, I'll do it every now and again. That's because the reason I don't is because we're going on a month to month. So we're not doing a year's reading right now, like a one-on-one reading. And so I tend to settle for the cards that I get. But I feel like you're very saddened about something. You're very, very sad. And you feel very let down and very left behind. And 8s, if this is you in a different situation, it's not that you're necessarily looking for love, but you're feeling this in a different kind of situation or relationship, go for it. It's applicable. And I feel like you feel let down and left behind and what happened and why can't it be that way, and I'll wait, but for how long, and I don't know what to do. And one thing I do want to tell you is that I feel like if there's a particular person in question, I don't feel like things are going to go well for them. If somebody just left for somebody else, or somebody left because they got a job opportunity across the country, I feel like it's not going to be as great as they thought it was going to be. I just want to, and I feel that they feel very badly. Oh yes, that somebody's left you in the dust, I feel like. And they feel very badly too. They do. That's like one of the number one questions that I get in a reading is, does someone regret? Do they regret what they did? And I feel like in this case, yes. And I also feel like you've been guilty of it too, that you've been guilty of doing the same thing that maybe has been done to you. And that's that karma, isn't it? That's that karma, and I definitely feel like you're separate somehow. You're separate from who you want to be with. You're separate from something that makes you feel good about you. You've separated someone. Okay, let's continue and see what happens. Okay. I think that here you do have something new coming your way. Okay, so I don't have necessarily that there's a reunion of you with someone. I feel like first you are meant to meet someone new, and I feel like they too, whoever, for some of you, whoever in the mix that maybe you did dirty or they did you dirty, I feel like they are meant to have success too. And that I'm meant here to tell you as your reader today that these are karmic lessons going all the way around. So you can release and forgive yourself for anything that you may have done that was shady, and you can forgive and let go of anything that was done to you. They're karmic lessons all the way around, and you're both on your way, or all of you are on your way, to feeling better about yourselves. You're on a learning curve moving upward now and feeling better about yourself. So for you in this month of 4/8, you have the full potential of meeting someone new, or if you've met someone new in May, taking it forward and having a really nice experience with that relationship as of May and moving forward. Now we're going to have to take a look. We'll see what we get next month in June. But it's just a karmic debt thing, and what goes around comes around kind of thing. And you're kind of doing that in the way of romance. I'm collecting these cards now, eights, and now I would ask you all, eights, if you would, to ask a question. And it can be about love again, it can be about somebody in particular, it can be about work, it can be anything that you want, finances, and another type of relationship, maybe with a friend. And I'm shuffling these cards, and I'm going to pick for you the best possible outcome that you can expect from your question. So what I would suggest for you is the more specific your question is, the more specific you can make my answer match it. So you would tweak my answer. You just wouldn't change the outcome, but you would tweak the word. Oh my God, I just had things fall right on the ground. Let me go get them. Okay. This is a bunch of cards here. So, well, all right, let's use these. They fell on the ground. All right. You all know how that goes, right? Some people shuffle and they only use the cards that fall out. And it's important. It can be important and meaningful. Okay. I got a whole bunch, so I'm going to do a little spread situation here. Okay. Boom. 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 All right, and then we have two on the side yet. Okay, so for any question that you have, okay, the feeling that I'm getting from these first two cards that I'm looking at are this town ain't big enough for the both of us. That's the feeling that I'm getting. So that eights, you've either got to learn to get along, or you got to get out of there, get out of Dodge. Whatever the situation is, I feel like you're butting heads. And unless there's a possibility that you can understand this other person or allow them to think they're in the lead or they matter, this just isn't going to work. This is a big conflict between you and something else or someone else. Now, moving to, okay, so what is the outcome of that? Is that if you can back off a little bit and give it some time, there is going to be a turnaround in this situation where good news comes to you, good things come to you, and that there is a reprimand or a punishment for the appropriate people. Okay, so if we look at this 8 and it's this karmic year and it's a year about what we don't want you to be a victim this year. You know, you may feel like I just can't stand this new supervisor. They're always giving me the crappy jobs. They give everybody else the great jobs, and I'm just going to have to pick up and get out of here. I can't picture sucking this up. And the cards are suggesting that if indeed, you know, you say to yourself, you work it out somehow. I don't want to keep you here for the next 15 minutes coming up with ideas. But you say, well, look, I don't have to be a victim in this. I know that I'm good. I know that I'm talented. I'll go on my way, and I'll try to take what they say not as personally. I'm taking everything so personally. I'm turning it into poor me, poor me. You know, I'm going to attempt not to do that. And so here I have you in my card where you're discontented, and you know how qualified you are or talented you are, and you know that everybody sees your point of view, but I'm going to still continue here and suck it up. I feel like there's a change in the works that can be happening, and it may, these cards are here now, so I tend to think that the cards that I have are cards that are going to happen in May. But let me just tell you this, eights, and this is the truth. When you're a reader and you give somebody a definite, you're kind of setting yourself up to look like an idiot, because I can't control if somebody suddenly makes a different decision, and then there's this ripple effect, and that maybe something takes longer. Maybe it takes longer to happen than May. So that said, I have the cards here. The things are set in motion, that they're set to be where you're going to get satisfaction in a situation. It's going to come back around to you, where you again look like the smart one, or the best one, or whatever. And it is set to happen in May, according to these cards. Now, I have these two other cards that fell out. I'm going to turn them over now. Okay, all right, wait just 1 second, because these are pretty intense. Yes, 8, do not bring the house down this month. Don't bring the house down. Don't start a big fight. Don't give the ultimatum. I know you're feeling like it's a doing month, this month of 4 in the month of May. But it shows me here, the Empress card ultimately is just do the best that you can, get things in place the best that you can, and take a little bit more time. Because it doesn't have to be, apparently, an ultimatum. Somebody else might help things fall into place more naturally for you and make the whole situation work out better, and you look better at the end. We don't want you to be a victim, 8. We want you to take your power back and understand that you are as strong as any situation that's happening out there, and you don't have to do anything sudden or underhanded or abrupt or surprising to get what you want this month of May, or to guide things this month of May. Thank you, 8s. Thanks for joining Jemma's Window. You're probably going to have to listen to that reading again, right? And thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to know more about me, hop onto my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time, 8s. Bye for now.